the carriers, but I do think that he sees the Stargates and the fact that they're not making anything. And I don't know if he ever saw them making anything in the first place. Looks like CharlieVoi is trying to go for the high yield, Charlie in particular from Team CharlieVoi. And in the meantime, they're backing off a little collectively. Now, one of the things that I haven't mentioned that you can do in 2 vs 2 is you can actually grant your partner the ability to control your units. Now, that is really interesting for a whole bunch of reasons. Most importantly, if you don't catch something and your partner does, he can react without you like losing all your units. And what is LzGaMeR doing over here? Pylons of iNcontroL down to scout out this area. It looks like they are going around to the high yield. Wow. So looks like they're going to be a little sneaky over here. This is a huge map, by the way. Carriers kind of giving up their presence a little bit, taking out a probe of the opposing player's base. Well, not his base, but just a probe in his base. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Destructible rocks going down. Carriers with the cover of mass Marauder Marine. Can't say it enough. Taking out cannons really quickly. Only 3 carriers. Man, they took those cannons out quickly. And wow, just look how fast that base went down. Boom! Explosions left and right. I like it. And some probes going back to do I don't know what. Unfortunately for them, I guess they were expecting to be mining and actually going to a base that had a nexus. However, it does not. But look at this. Vikings out on the field for Voidwards. Kind of interesting. Looking like he's going to try to go after the carriers with them. However, with the amount of Marines back here backing up those carriers, they're not going to be able to, except for the Marines that caught out of position. Is he going to be able to take them out? No! Look at carriers rape those. Wow. That was cool. iNcontroL doing a lot of damage there. And once again, we're going to see the benefit of Protoss shields just coming up so quickly. You know, that's one of the interesting things is about Protoss is, does that make a shield upgrade all the more valuable? I would say it does. And, you know, a lot of times Protoss tend to go for shield upgrades last. However, now we may be seeing the opposite effect because they could be worth more potentially, depending on how you look at it, if you were to pull out your units after the shields drop down, especially with things like Immortals and the like. I mean, it's just, it seems like a very worthwhile upgrade. It's like stacking armor upgrades on roaches. You know, they already have +2 armor. You're basically making them into an unupgraded Ultralisk at that point. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about Zerg. This is a PvT versus PvT. TPTP. A lot of fun. And, alright, let's take a look back at CharlieVoi's base, and it looks like we got 5 racks actually for Voidwards, as well as a couple of starports. Although he's still going Vikings, and I gotta say, don't like it. Don't like it one bit. I don't know if Phoenixes would be the preferable unit to go in its stead, but yeah, don't like it at all. And a lot of warp gates. Well, not that many really. 6 for 2 bases. You can get up to like 8 or 10 or even 12 if you have bad macro. And wow, I gotta go to army comp. Look at this. LzGaMeR almost maxed out already. iNcontroL doing pretty good. Actually, no, sorry. iNcontroL is only 86. The other 2 players doing pretty good, but LzGaMeR carrying the team a little bit over here. Gotta say, last time I'd say that iNcontroL was the one carrying the team, but at this point, I'd love to see some Storm, and we've got a couple of Templar over there, some sentries. This is not gonna last though, this defense. Man, where are the units? There they are now. We haven't seen any Storm coming out quite yet. Looks like those carriers are in front. They're going to have to back off. They don't want to take the brunt. There is Storm going off right there. You can hit carriers and Marines with that. A beautiful thing. A lot of stim, mass stim. It's like, oh man, 24, 73, by the way, 73 units in that control group. It actually tells you. I don't have to count anymore. And all of them stimming simultaneously. Pretty wild. And oh, but it looks like just Team EG's got too much and they're able to break through. Oh, but more Storm going off, thinning out the numbers over here. Wow, wow, look how quickly it takes out all those Marines. They just totally wiped them out. And carriers not being all that effective because they have so much shield. 150 shield going to really help out against that. More Vikings out on the field, and it looks like this battle, I mean, Team EG definitely coming out ahead just because of the amount of carriers out on the field, but LzGaMeR losing so many units to Storm, although those were a couple of bad Storms. I really don't like how those came out. But it looks like he is going to clean up the rest of LzGaMeR's units. However, this base that came up in the meantime from Charlie, going to be taken out again. So Charlie not doing a very good job of keeping up his bases, having a tough time with it. Although I kind of like the base that he took. I mean, really not a complete completely bad decision because, you know, they are defending. We have a planetary fortress up, by the way, for Voidwards. So, yeah, I kind of like this. They're able to basically push forward by taking these bases. In the meantime, Team EG, LzGaMeR taking the high yield, spamming the mules, trying to get those minerals to himself as fast as possible. Spending, we can see that, I mean, LzGaMeR clearly spending a ton, as well as Charlie from CharlieVoi, and really Voidwards. I call him Void Ray. That's kind of weird. I gotta say, not entirely sure about his decision to go with Vikings. And while he's got the reactor, which allows him to make double of them, basically, he's not even utilizing that, by the way, because he just he doesn't have the money really, and I don't think that it's the best unit to go. I mean, against carriers, they just get taken out so quickly compared to the damage that they do to the carriers. I think he should be going battle cruisers, to be honest, and that would be pretty epic, actually, if we saw some of those popping out. However, at this point, it looks like he's sticking with that, as well as with the 5 racks pumping out the Marauders. When are we going to see the Ghosts is the real question. Let's go back to the production. We're going to see him right now. Units out on the field in total, we can see that heavy Marauders for LzGaMeR, heavy Marine still, heavy Marine and a couple of Ghosts, and really he's sticking with the Vikings, it seems, coming from Voidwards. Whereas High Templar primarily for Charlie. And the thing is, oh, that's cool. It tells you the name of the color. That is useful. I like that. Oh, almost missed a battle over here. Planetary Fortress going down. Let's rewind a little bit. I hate to miss stuff like that. So it looks like LzGaMeR, Team EG collectively, I love rewind. It's like a sport commentator. Fantastic. And, yeah, Team EG looks like they're going to push in at the left side. Voidwards a little out of position here with all their units on this side, so it looks like they are going to be able to really focus on this planetary fortress. Of course, that planetary fortress cannot attack air, so those carriers on their own almost taking out the planetary fortress in full, and he does. He does, in fact, get it. They are going to defend this, of course, and with Storm coming out over here, although he's not storming, he does have energy. Why aren't you storming? There's a Storm. Beautiful Storm, actually doing it perfectly in the path of which LzGaMeR had to take in order to get out of it without moving into the forces. And again, once again, doing it in a great position, using the terrain to his advantage. How does LzGaMeR move out of it? Well, he can't. He has to walk through it. So very effective storms. However, the carriers are the hero of this game right now, able to just take out unit after unit, picking off left and right. However, getting caught in the storms. Oh no, carriers going down. Let's go to the unit loss tab. And man, we can see that heavy losses at this point coming from... No, iNcontroL! What are you doing? Not even running him away. He wouldn't have gotten him away anyway, especially with these blinkable stalkers. That's certainly a useful thing to have. And in the meantime, man, so much action going on. LzGaMeR going for a drop over here. However, not entirely filled up dropships. He could have done some damage, but it looks like Warp Gate's bringing in stalkers just in time with 3 cannons to back things up. Looks like he's going to do exactly that, back it up. Now, the interesting thing is Team EG has not pushed forward to these bases, and LzGaMeR, the only one of Team EG to actually get a 3rd base. So right now iNcontroL, he's going to be mined out here very shortly, if not already, as we see. And hopefully... Oh! Mothership coming from him, though. Wow, I'm glad I caught that. I love these tabs, man. Love them. Love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. And in the meantime, we got CharlieVoi moving out a little bit. So Vikings, by the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned, but they can land or they can fly. But the caveat to that is they can only attack that which they are occupying the same space of. So when on ground, they attack ground and not air. When in air, they attack air but not ground. So kind of an interesting unit and kind of a mind blast at the same time. A mind fuck, if you will. Sorry for the F-bomb, but really that's the only appropriate way to say it. I mean, mind blast just doesn't have the same ring to it. So I said it quickly, though, so your parents didn't hear. For all my 14-year-old listeners or younger. Anyway, we got a lot of Vikings out on the field, and you know what? They're being a little bit more effective than I thought they would be. However, I want battle cruisers. I want to hear battle cruiser operational. I mean, when's the last time we heard that in one of my replays? Not in a while. In fact, never. However, iNcontroL now getting a base. Looks like he's pushing out a little bit. I'm not entirely sure why CharlieVoi decided to give up their position over here. However, we do see that LzGaMeR once again pushing the limit with these mass Marine Marauder right here. He's just got so many. 70 in that control group. I guess that includes these as well. But still, a lot of units to be had for the other team if they got some good storms. And there is the mothership. Man, I love that. Look at that. Look at that cool-ass little portrait right there. It's like, you know what it reminds me of?